This watch has been on my wrist more than anything else in my collection for the past few weeks, and I'll be honest and straightforward with you, it's not for everyone. It's 37mm, it's got gem set indices, and it's got a mother of pearl dial. So if any of that puts you off, this probably isn't your video. But if you're still here, I want to show you something. Because when you actually hold this, when you put it on your wrist, the quality, it just hits you immediately. The finishing, the bracelet, the dial, everything lands at a level you don't expect at this price. This is the Venezianico Arsenale Moissanite, and I think it might be the most elegant watch you can buy, under £1,000. So the question I want to answer today is pretty straightforward. Can a watch this refined and this jewelry forward actually work as a daily watch? Or is it limited to being a special occasion piece? Something you take out of the box like twice a year. Basically, is it something that you're actually gonna wear? And quick note, this watch, it was sent to me by Venezianico and I get to keep it, so the video is technically sponsored. But as always, that doesn't change what I think about the watch. Oh, and a like and sub help the channel out if interested. On the wrist, the first thing you notice about this watch is how complete it feels. The Canova integrated bracelet flows straight into the case with no obvious gap. It's the same language as the Maurice Lacroix icon, that sensation where the whole thing reads as one object rather than a watch sat on a strap as two separate things. At 37mm and 9mm thick, it sits flat and low. There's no overhang, no lug dig, nothing fighting against your wrist. It disappears in the best way possible. The mother of pearl dial on this reference is stunning in person. It shifts between black, green and a kind of pinky purple depending on the light, and the baguette cut moissanite indices catch everything around them without screaming for attention. Venezianico makes a point of being an Italian brand. They are very proud of their heritage, and for once, that description actually means something when you look at this dial. The gem setting is the thing people are either going to love or hate, so let's address it directly. These are lab-grown baguette-cut moissanites. So don't worry, no bloodstones, just rectangular stones with clean, linear edges rather than the flashy sparkle of a round, brilliant cut. The result is architectural rather than glamorous. It catches the light in a way a well-finished case catches light, because of geometry, not because it's trying to dazzle you with lots of reflections. The setting itself was developed in collaboration with David Cestonero, probably butchered that, a master goldsmith from the Vicenza school with over 40 years in fine jewellery. Every stone is individually hand set, and you can tell that. Inside, the Miyota 9039, no date, which means there's no date window interrupting that dial, which here is the right call. Solid movement, reliable, and in a watch this much about how it looks, the absence of cluster on the dial matters. The box as well, genuinely impressive. It feels like you've spent considerably more and gives a very premium opening experience. But here's where I'm being straight with you. This isn't a spec monster. It's not waterproof to 200 meters. It's not going on your wrist when you're diving or doing anything rough. 50 meters of water resistance is fine for what this watch is, but it's not a tool watch and it doesn't pretend to be. Another thing to mention here is there's only one thing I'm personally kind of disappointed about, which is the same with all of the Arsenales, and that's just the fact there's no micro adjustments, just in general. I'm not saying, oh, there's no micro adjustments that are toolless and on the go. No, just generally no micro adjustments, which can be a bit of a shame. You can't always get the exact perfect fit. And look, the moissanite indices and the mother of pearl dial are going to divide some people. Some of you are going to look at this and think it's too much, too jewelry, not for you. And I understand that. There are other references in the Arsenal range if you want something different, but I'm talking about this one specifically because this is the one that's been on my wrist. The 37mm case is really versatile. On most male wrists, I think it suits beautifully, slim, intentional. Compared to the standard 40mm Arsenal, which I've also reviewed, it feels more considered and design-led, more deliberate. And honestly, and this is something most watch channels don't say, this is one of the few watches I'd buy for a significant other and actually expect them to want to wear it. Your wife, your girlfriend, maybe your boyfriend, whoever you're shopping for. The finishing is there, the bracelet is there, it comes in a box that feels really high-end. For a collector who already has their diver and their garter, this fills a slot most people don't know they're missing. Something that earns a second look. It can be dressed down or dressed up. It just works great either way. So, could it be the most elegant watch under £1,000? I think it's in the conversation. For me personally, I'd say yes. The finishing is top tier in the price range. The bracelet is class leading. I mean, this is much nicer than the PRX, sorry to throw a stray out, guys. And the dial is just genuinely beautiful. And look, it's not trying to outspec anything. It's not trying to scream value per money. I understand that, and I know that's what some people go for. What it is doing though is offering you a level of refinement and of considerably high tier design that you normally have to spend significantly more to access. And the fact that I keep reaching for it over everything else in the collection tells me something I need to know. That's not a verdict I'm forcing, that's just how I've reacted to owning the watch. Drop a comment below, are you open to gem set watches, or is it a hard no for you? I'm curious where the audience lands on this one, but of course, remember that there are other non-gem set variations if that's what's holding you back. As always though, never forget, time keeps ticking, so use the time you have wisely.